Shalom and good evening, everyone. We have a class about it's blessing. You continue. It's class number 10. I want to dedicate this class specifically to all the people that are sick, need speedy recovery. Bezrat Hashem, the power of Torah, everything is possible. Okay. Now, we talked many times about blessing you do over fruit, vegetable. We know that already. Now, you need to understand, you need to know that everything in Judaism, everything in Torah has a reason, has order. There's a reason why we do this and we don't do that. So, for example, why I'm saying that? Because right now we're sitting on a table. It's behind the camera so you can't see. There's different type of food. There's ha'etz, there's adama, there's shahakol, there's mezonot, there's everything. Except bread, you have everything here. Don't bring bread. I know what you're thinking. It's good. So we need to do hamotzi. Now, so you go to the table, you think you can eat whatever you want. Actually, it's true. I said, okay. So, you can eat everything you want, but there is order. What's the order? It's called maga'ish, meaning you start from mezonot, cookies, cakes, whatever it's out there, and then fruit, the trees. Could be apples, could be grapes. Then you go to the perota adama, fruits from the ground, which could be carrots, could be, I don't know, cucumbers, so forth and so on. There's order. Bezrat Hashem will study in the future. What if I would like to start with carrot? I feel like, well, I don't want to have grapes. But grapes, higher level. The blessing is ha'etz. And is one of the 7 species that the land of Israel was blessed with. What does that mean? We'll study it too also. Right now, I'm giving you a simple scenario. You have apple, and you have cucumber. One is ha'etz, one is adama. Or you have peanuts. It's more common, okay? So, what do you start first? From ha'etz. So you start with the ha'etz, the blessing over this fruit, and then you go. So if you really don't care what to eat first, you like to eat from everything, like, doesn't matter. So, there's order. Where is it? Okay. If someone wished to eat 3 fruits, a tree fruit, a ground fruit, and one whose status is debated among the poskim, which means it could be papaya, it could be banana. Yeah, papaya and banana, some says ha'etz, some says adama. It's debatable. He should first recite the blessing of borei pri ha'etz on the tree fruit, and then recite the blessing of a borei pri adama on the ground fruit. When reciting this blessing, you should have in mind for the 3rd fruit to be covered by whichever is the true, correct blessing for it. Maybe it's not. We follow that this is adama. Banana is adama. We explained last time why, right? With the roots and everything. Good. So, now, many people goes to a restaurant or even do at home. And what they do, they eat their fries. So, one goes to the restaurant and says, you know what, for me only fries. I like to dip it in ketchup or in mustard or whatever I like, mayonnaise, whatever. What's going to be the blessing for fries, French fries? Adama. Adama, right? Tapuach. It's also called in Hebrew, tapuach adama. What if I peel tapuach adama? La papas. You peel it. Pilar la papas. And you'll take a slice and you want to eat from it. It's not fried, it's not baked, nothing. What's the blessing going to be? Adama. Adama. Everybody agree? Eggplant. I cut eggplant. I don't fry it, I don't bake it, I want to eat it as is. The rule says anything that normally people don't eat raw, live, uncooked or unbaked, like the one I mentioned, potatoes or the eggplant, the blessing would be shehakol niya bidvaro. Shehakol. Normally people don't eat it like that. Onion. Do you see people eat the island like apple?
Yes.
What?
Some.
Yes.
Most of the world they don't, right? They cut it into small pieces.
Yeah.
So the blessing would be adama, if it's part of the. But if you have to eat it like that, like an apple, the blessing is going to be shakol. It's not something you eat live. You cook it or you slice it, you mix it with something, you fry it. Can you give me another example of something you always have to cook? A vegetable, fruit? Have any idea? So, if you remember anything, we can discuss it. What? Squash and zucchini, it could be a good example. I thought about two a long time ago, but it turns out in America they're eating it live.
Yeah.
You see it in the salad.
Salad, yeah.
In salad. So I think it would be, the blessing would be ha'adama. Okay, so here. The correct blessing for potatoes, whether boiled or fried, is borei pri adama. The same applies to mashed potatoes. Because in Hebrew we call it pire.
Yeah.
I don't know where it comes from, pire. But
Puree, because it's pureed.
so it's from English, you think?
Yes. It's French also, and also in
German, I think it's a German.
also
Yeah.
in Spanish they call it puree de papa.
Puree de papa.
Puré de papa, yeah.
Puree de papa. Okay. To mashed potatoes, whether prepared from whole potatoes or from dried potatoes flakes, the one you buy in the store.
Yeah.
You want to buy that people eat, and you're gonna get heartburn for sure. They should come with pills for heartburn when they sell it. I don't know what to do it, but to start up. As explained above in Siman, we said, well, when eating French fried potatoes, it is not necessary to first perform netilat yadayim as long as they have not been fried in olive oil. Okay? What does that mean? It's probably new to you. There is 7 different type of liquid. If you dip anything in it, you would have to wash your hand. Okay? It's abbreviation of dam, shachat, dam. Which means if you dip, for example, something in honey, or in wine, or in milk, or in dew, or in blood. Okay? So when you eat it, there is permissible blood. Okay? There's debate if this is a human being blood, or is it kosher to eat human being? Cannibalism?
Well, I mean, it's not prohibited by the Torah.
It's not. There's a debate in the Talmud if it's permitted or not. But there's nowhere in the Torah says you can eat human being. Okay, it doesn't say. You eat something that comes from human being. Babies eat the mother's milk. So the debate is everything that is prohibited to eat, you can eat or drink something that comes out of it. For example, camel, it's not kosher.
Right.
What about drinking its milk?
It's not kosher.
Same, can't. What about pig?
It's not kosher.
No eating the milk, and not drinking the milk also. Comes out of it, milk, you can't. So if you can't eat human being, how you can drink its milk?
Whoa.
I never thought about it, right?
No.
Some people going there, they're eating the skin. Some spit it out. Some, I don't want to discuss you, but they swallow it. Is it permitted?
No, it's prohibited.
You have blood, you have cut. So people go like that. And they suck the blood. Give me a Band-Aid. Give me a Band-Aid. It thinks it's going to go waste. Give me a Band-Aid. In the meantime, you suck the blood. Permitted? If you can't eat a human being, how you can drink blood? By the way, this is not permitted. If you have cut inside here or on the tongue, it's different. It's still inside the body. Outside, you can't. For example, you have a cut here, or you have a bleeding gum, and you give a bite to a sandwich. And then you see a mark of blood. You're not supposed to eat it. You take the piece away. Of course, you take care of the bleeding. And then you may continue eating. Okay? So halacha, something to be aware of. Everything you eat, everything you drink, affect your neshama, affect your soul, affect the mitzvot you do, how close you be or far from Hashem. You should know that. People that occupy themselves all day long with eating and drinking, it's not against Torah. If you eat kosher and drink kosher, it's no problem. The question is, why are you eating and drinking? So it says that the righteous eat only so much so they can survive and serve Hashem, serve God, because that's the purpose here, to serve Hashem. Some people, eating and drinking all day long. There's a saying in Hebrew, I'm trying to say it in English. There's some people that eat in order to live. Some people live in order to eat. Make sense? I was looking what I'm going to buy, I want to do. He always thinking what I'm going to do for dinner, for lunch. He occupy with this thought, like this is the purpose. The purpose is not eating and drinking. Eat only so much. It's not so healthy. You want to drink wine, you want to drink whiskey, you want to drink vodka, I don't know, alcoholic beverage. What's the purpose? Ask yourself, what's the purpose? I want to drink whiskey, I want to drink wine. To get drunk? One of the things that God hates, those who get drunk. When you get drunk, you can't do mitzvot. You're going to talk foolish. So, is it permitted or prohibited to drink wine? It's permitted. Depends when and how much. So, you drink half a cup, you become a little bit lightheaded, makes you a little bit happy, joy, it's enough. Some people can drink 2 cups. I don't know. You know your abilities, you know your boundaries, you know your level. But if you drink for the sake of drinking, it's definitely not good. Right? Oh, so only one time a year, one may drink, and not even then to get completely drunk, to be lightheaded. It's on Purim. Once a year in the evening and then during the day, and there is rules. A Jew has a mission in this world. He represents Hashem. God says, "Banim atem laHashem Elokeichem." You are my children. You are my sons. People behave. You see how people behave in the street, on the mall, at work, whatever. When you see them, you say, this is from where they learned this behavior. At home. He's like his father. He's like his mother. He's like his family. When you act like that, when a Jew drink like crazy and get drunk, what are they going to say about Hashem? What kind of people are they? Hashem says, you're embarrassing me. It's desecrating Hashem's name. So everything has to be with measurement. You can drink. Can eat, but what's the purpose? What's the purpose? I have a competition to finish the whole bottle. Wow. Where is it says in the Torah that you can do it? Won't find any place. Okay? So, representing God, it's not something easy. It's a privilege. And Hashem chose us as a Jew to do it, but to do it the right way. Otherwise, one day we'll have to answer before the Almighty. What did you do? How many times we said that? You have to come with answers, because the Beit Din, the court, will ask you all these questions. I gave you Torah. What did you do about it? I gave you mitzvot. What did you do about it? You take care about yourself only. About your business, about your stomach, to make it full of food. There's time for everything. Time for business, time for food, time to drink. There's priorities in life. So, blessing, as we said before, is making a direct connection to Hashem. I made a connection to Hashem a few minutes ago. I'm still connected. If you had the special glasses, you will be able to see a special line to me all the way to heaven. How do I know that? Because I made blessing, she'akol niya bidvaro, over the cup. I'm studying Torah. All of us under this umbrella. So, you can make this connection to Hashem, a call, direct call to God, many times a day. Pick up some food, even with the wine that you want to drink. Give the special blessing. You see, you can enjoy life with Hashem. And make sure to do it so it won't leave you in the middle of the fun time, a good time, huh?
Yeah.
Next. Questions? Do you have a question?
Yes, she said if you have a cup of fruit with yogurt, what's the difference?
Okay, good question. So we have different type of food, right? We have yogurt, and let's say we have pieces of other fruit. Apple, whatever you like to put in it. Banana, whatever. So you have shehakol. You have shehakol for the yogurt, liquid. And you have adama, you have et, who knows what. It's a good question. Remember the order. You take the cup, you say, where is the apple here? Ping, eat. Where is the banana? Ping, adama, eat. And now, with the cup, a little bit from the yogurt, shehakol. That's it. In cases, comprende? Good. In case that there is too much, listen to this. Sometimes, this is something we will study B'ezras Hashem in the future also. Sometimes you eat something, but the majority is shehakol. And there's a little bit of croutons, right? There's a little bit of vegetables. It's very minor. It's very little. You don't say bracha over it. You say shehakol, it covers for everything. It depends what you're eating. Remember, for example, if let's say you're eating ice cream. Ice cream has an edible cone. Okay, so the cone is edible. Some says the cone itself is mezonot, some type of cookie. Yeah. But the majority is the ice cream, is shehakol. This is just to hold it, to eat at the very end. So some says, just say shehakol, you cover for everything. And it's right, it's fine. But the smart man, what he would do? He would do some mezonot first, take a little piece, eat from it, say shehakol, you're done.
More mitzvot.
Why it's better? More mitzvot! More brachot! Connection to Hashem. How many times a day we really connect to God? Think about it. How many times today you connect yourself to Hashem? To the source of life. We were on the phone, some people watch TV, some working, some driving. Hashem says, I give you a lot of opportunities. Every time you eat or drink, say bracha. Not every time you sip from the bottle. One time, you have a lot of opportunities. It's something also we see in the future. Doesn't have to be food. You hear, you say blessing. You see, you say blessing.
Oh, thunder.
You hear thunders, blessing. You see lightning, it's a blessing. You see an ugly person, it's a blessing. You see a beautiful, I'm serious.
Oh,
Ugly, yes. Yeah. There is a blessing. Listen to this. There's a blessing over seeing a very, very ugly person. It's called Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech HaOlam Meshaneh HaBeriyot. You do the same blessing when you go to the zoo and you see monkeys and elephants. Ask me why, another time I'll tell you. It's well connected to the time of the flood.
Wow.
Connected to book Genesis. When you get to it, you see a king alive, not on TV. You're saying shehalak mikvodo levasam, the Hashem that gave out of His honor to a people. You see a very smart man. There's a blessing for it.
So if you see the President Donald Trump, you right in front of you say a blessing?
He's not a king. He's a president. But some rabbis had the opportunity to say this blessing when they were in Spain, Morocco, in Jordan, when he came to visit. So what I'm trying to say here, there's a lot of opportunities during the day to make a blessing. Okay. It doesn't have to be a blessing with the names of Hashem. You can make connection with Hashem. Talk with Hashem. Hashem, I need your help. I'm going to a place to do a sale. Help me. Maybe the proposal will be accepted. When you make that connection, say, this guy is talking to me. I have to listen. What is he saying? Oh, he's trusting me that I help him? Oh, okay. He's not trusting his own wisdom, his own power. God is listening to those who trust Him all the time. You remind me a story about two rabbis that were sitting in the field. And all of a sudden, I saw a bunch of people coming to harvest. They're making bundles of wheat and everything. All of a sudden, they saw a snake. The Talmud says, snake, nachash, shlucho shel makom, is many times a messenger from God to do something, to kill someone, to sting someone, to bite someone. They saw, these guys in their level, they saw something in this snake. And the guy told to his friend, watch this guy, watch this snake. So he did his way to where everybody working. They're waiting there. Around 5 p.m., they finished the job. They saw one guy, he's coming, the first one says, stop, can you come over here? Take down the bundle. Oh, yes, Rabbi, yes. Open it. He opened, and then they saw a half a snake. Instead of biting him, he was cutting him. He didn't even notice. Wow. So they told him, tell us, what did you do? Did you do something special today? They understand that he did something probably so great that nonetheless the snake was there to bite him. But what he did was so great that will nullify, will change the decree from Shemaim. I didn't do something special. No, think a little bit more. So you know what? I think I know what I did. I did something I think it's good. Tell me. He said to them, every time we come, every morning, we bring food, putting it in one basket, pita and some fruit and everything. And then we share. We split equally with everyone. Today, I noticed there was one guy, he didn't bring anything. So I took responsibility to take care of everything so nobody will notice that there's one portion missing. And I divided and give it like as if everybody brought everything. So he won't be ashamed. He won't be embarrassed. Because this guy, I know him, is very poor. Could not afford even to bring pita. They told him, you know what? You just saved your life by doing something so great. Grace, tzedakah, chesed, kindness. Simple act to care about someone else. That's the greatest blessing you can have in your life. They told him, you see this half snake? he come with GPS. He has an address. And he was aiming you. But from Shamayim, they gave you an opportunity. They gave you an opportunity to see, to notice that someone needs help. You could say, this is his problem. He should learn next time to bring something. But you didn't do it. You took care of him. From Shamayim, they took care of you. Blessing is something you can bring upon yourself with actions, even without saying anything. He didn't do anything. He didn't say anything. He just did. Save another Jew from embarrassment. He didn't say anything to anybody, especially not to him, not to embarrass him. As it says, Utzedaka tatzil mimavet. Tzedakah saves from death. When you give, they will save you. From Shamayim, for giving. One more halacha for today and we will finish with that. What's the blessing for radishes? Radish.
Here, so it's adama.
Everybody agree it's adama? How do you say radish in Spanish? Rábano. Okay? The correct blessing for radish is Bore Peria Adama. Even if the radishes are grated or blended into a pulp, the blessing remains the same. Doesn't matter even if you cut it very, very thin. It doesn't lose its status. So you know when you eat apple is ha'etz. What if you eat an apple sauce? It's still ha'etz. If it's liquidish, it becomes shakol. It's like the puree, the smooshed potatoes. So you would say Bracha over applesauce, ha'etz. Make sense? Okay? You know, in the Gerut, many times I ask people after a year, 2 years, what's the bracha with this? If they go, this, what is it? Cookie is mezanot. It's good or bad?
Bad.
Why it's bad?
Because
They're eating cookies all the time. They're eating mezanot all the time. Why you have to know? It means that you're eating, but you're not saying any blessing. You're not really practicing. Not really practicing. What's the blessing for grapes? Oh, grapes is tree, right? It's tree. Ha'etz. Till today, for 2 years, didn't eat grapes? You don't know? Okay. Any questions? And Bezrat Hashem, next time we'll talk about sushi. We'll talk about schnitzel. We'll talk about brisket. We're going to talk about the food. Not going to eat it. Just talk about it.
Wow.
One day maybe we'll do a nice barbecue and we can eat and demonstrate, practice, right? Demonstrate for real these special blessings.
Over the beer, it's shakol, right?
A beer, yeah. All beverages except wine, it would be shehakol. Okay? On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, you have the link over there. It would be great if you support us with clicking on this link, going to our website, and make your donation to support Torah and families in need. We'll be back in a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, with our next part of Orchot Tzadikim, the way of the righteous. Thank you, everybody.